Hi, I'm Alexandra, a psychic spiritual counselor, and welcome to Alexandra's Psychic Eye. Americans spend an estimated $6.9 billion annually on Halloween, making it the country's second largest commercial holiday. But how did Halloween get its start? And why do we break the bank each year dressing like the undead and throwing social decorum out the door on that particular day? Stay tuned as we take a tour of our scariest holiday of the year. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Every year, Halloween is celebrated on October 31st with a fanfare of ghoulish costumes, candy, pranks, and parades. Its legacy has been with us for centuries, though its traditions have changed from time to time. Over the years, Halloween has become a special blend of ancient Celtic practices, Catholic and Roman religious rituals, and European folk traditions. Today, Mark from Practical Magic is going to help us trace its origins and look at some of the folklores that have created the most popular holiday of all time. Welcome back, Mark. We always love having you on the show.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you. Now, since Halloween kind of straddles the line between fall and winter, the symbols of life and death, which play a big part in this holiday, Halloween has long been thought of as a day when the dead have the ability to return to the earth. Tell us about that.
Okay, well, Halloween, which is really called Samhain, which is a Celtic New Year, okay? Actually, Halloween is the witch's New Year. And it's a day where the veil between the worlds, the world of form, which is the mundane world, and the spirit world become one.
How does that happen?
Well, I think the veil between the worlds is so thin, so the spirits can actually come into this world and walk among us.
And why on that day? I mean, of all days. You know, what is so special about that day that that should happen?
Well, the ancient Druids and the Celtics believed that this was a day of great power. And the old calendar, which only had 10 months, this was our new year. This was a chance to turn the wheel of the year. And it's one of the highest Sabbats for witches.
So there's a very powerful energy on that day.
Absolutely.
Aha.
Yeah. It's a great magical feel. And even people who aren't witches, who want to get their fortune told,
yes,
or tarot cards or psychic readings, this is a perfect time to do it.
So go out, to pick up your phone and,
exactly,
and make your appointments for your readings and to connect to your loved ones. This is the time.
This is the
between
time
now
to do it.
And October 31st.
Correct.
It's a perfect time. Now, what will happen around this time that wouldn't happen, let's say, after the 31st?
Well, our ancestors, our loved ones who passed away, can actually come and give us messages.
It's easier access.
Yes, we can communicate with them.
They're more available.
Exactly. Even through meditation, we can feel their presence and their energy. A lot of times people use Ouija boards, which I don't recommend unless you really know what you're doing, unless you're an experienced psychic.
Why do you discourage people from using Ouija boards?
Only because...
Unless you're experienced.
Only because a Ouija board will open a portal. Okay, and a lot of times if you're just playing around and you don't know how to close the portal afterwards, you could bring in a spirit that's not positive, and that spirit can linger in your home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and cause mischief.
Oh, yeah, like throwing people downstairs,
exactly,
and causing fires. So basically you're suggesting pick up the phone and make your psychic spiritual appointments.
Exactly.
Connect with loved ones, get a reading.
And because it's the new year, you can also have a psychic reading to see what's going to happen for the year to come for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's the perfect time to come. Now, how did the idea of dressing in costume as your favorite ghoul come to pass.
Right.
Where did that come from, this costume stuff?
Well, people believed that if they dressed in costumes, that the dead wouldn't recognize them. And
Really?
The dead who passed away that were evil would leave them alone.
Well, was there people that were harmed by
Well, you know, a
people
lot of
that
times
passed away centuries
a
ago?
negative energy can harm you.
Yes.
But, you know, in my
I've
belief,
seen it.
Absolutely. In my belief
Anytime.
system, what we do is we dress up as something that we want to be for the year to come.
What is your favorite thing to dress up as?
A lot of times, too, I'll just wear my traditional robe.
I know Alexandra. You want to
Yeah,
dress up as
exactly.
Alexandra?
Yeah. You know, if you want to be beautiful, you can dress as a butterfly. If you want to be brave, you can dress as a warrior.
Wow. What does it mean, pirate? A friend of mine dressed up as a pirate once.
Well, you know, a pirate, too, it could be if you want to be strong or have a strong energy, but we really discourage people dressing up as like Michael Myers or Jason, because what that's showing the universe is that you want to bring violence into your life for the new year. So we dress as things that are very positive.
Right, like fairy godmothers, or
You know, like I said, if you need to strengthen your life, you can be a warrior.
right, Raggedy Ann doll.
Exactly, and of course, you know, you can be something
Princess.
comical too, if you want to bring
Right,
some
clown.
Exactly, bring some positive energy into your life. If you don't want to be as stiff for the new year, if you want money, you can dress as a banker and just take fake money and just throw it all over your pockets, and you know, it's all about projection. It's all about what you want to bring into your life.
So it's almost like when I work with people and they come to me for readings, I will tell them to visualize the things they want, and wearing the costume for Halloween. Very strange. Quick story. I watch Investigative Detective a lot.
Okay.
It's my favorite station. Anyway, this woman was married to a man. She had no idea that he was robbing banks.
Okay.
Okay? He started off one way and he crossed the line. Strangely enough, that Halloween that he was really going hot and heavy into robbing banks,
Right.
from being a stockbroker, okay, she bought 2 jailbird costumes. And then right after that, they caught him.
Really?
And she couldn't believe it. It was like how would you
She
explain
projected
that?
it. She
She
almost
projected.
manifested him getting caught.
Wow.
Was she aware of what he was doing?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
So that brought it out. Maybe subconsciously she was having a feeling, because I don't think there's any coincidences in life. I think that, you know, we're predestined to do what we need to do.
So I have a friend who always wears French maid costume.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say about that? She asked me to ask you.
Well, you know what? I think maybe she's two things. Maybe cleaning up other people's messes in life.
Yes, she does that.
And if it's a sexy costume, she might want to feel more sexy in the new year. And there's
Good.
definitely nothing wrong with that.
Okay, and what's your favorite costume?
Like I said, a lot of times I'll just wear my traditional robe because I feel comfortable in my own skin.
Now, what is your traditional robe?
I wear
What
a
is
black
that?
robe, but actually this year I'm going up to Salem. And we're going to be Spartans, warriors.
Wow, how
So,
wonderful.
You
That's
know,
great.
a little hot look.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Now, what does your traditional robe mean? What is that all about?
Well, that's my ceremonial robe. That's what I wear to my ceremonies.
Okay.
And because I'm a witch, and a white witch,
Right.
I
Please
practice.
explain that to my viewers, because
Yes, definitely.
when they hear the word witch, it has such a negative connotation, but it's not.
It's
and
not.
they need to understand it's not.
You know, when people hear the word witch, they think of night flying on a broom, or you know,
Right.
cavorting, cavorting
It's
with
not.
devils and demons.
Spells.
We don't believe in a Satan. We never had a Satan. We
No
believe
Satan.
in a God and a goddess. It's
God
a
and
nature,
goddess.
religion.
And goddess of love.
Absolutely, yes. And whatever we do,
Ina.
comes back to us threefold. So we do nothing evil. We don't harm anyone or any
Wiccan.
individual.
Is that called Wiccan?
Wiccan.
Now, what does Wiccan mean, and how does it relate to Halloween and the holiday?
Well, actually, because it's a Celtic New Year, a lot of witchcraft comes out of the Celtic tribes. So it goes hand in hand.
How did it come through the Celtics?
Well,
Explain that.
Samhain, which is Halloween, was practiced in Ireland, Scotland, England. So anything from those regions brought the holiday over.
Ah, I see.
And a lot of the practices, even trick-or-treating, it was Celtic. Because what we would do is we would leave out candies and treats and apples for the dead. Because we felt when they were coming to roam the earth, we would leave them treats. And the negative spirits, again, would leave us alone.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
The interesting thing is, many years ago, when my father was in the hospital, it was right around Halloween that he passed away a month after Halloween. But my mind was not on putting food out for the trick-or-treaters, believe me.
Yeah.
So when I came home, one of them had broken my bell, stolen this beautiful pumpkin that a friend of mine gave me that was handmade, and I guess the feeling was she doesn't want to treat us.
Right.
So we're going to trick her.
Yeah, and then it becomes mischief night.
Which I think that's another word for it, right?
Yes.
The mischief.
You know, and a lot of times, too, the mischief was the fairies, because fairies come from, again, England, Ireland, Scotland. And the fairies like to play tricks on people. So if we left them honey...
Why do fairies like to play tricks on people?
You know, I just think the energies of the fairies, there's good fairies and bad fairies.
Right.
So if we appeased them and left them honey and cakes and candy, they would leave us alone. Yeah.
So you think people should leave cakes and candies outside their door?
I do.
So no matter what is going on in your family or in your life, leave something out.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Now the holiday began, Mark, with mystical undercurrents.
Yes.
Many, many, many years ago. And then turned toward a more religious connection. How did it go from mystical to religious? I mean, that's...
Well, again,
big
Halloween,
difference,
yeah,
yeah.
which is called Samhain, it predates Christianity.
Right.
And what had happened was the church wanted to stop Halloween because they felt it was a negative day,
And
that it was a day of the
what
devil.
was the day of the devil? See, that's
You know,
where this thing with witches.
Exactly,
and,
you know,
right,
and witches, we get a bad rep because of that, you know.
Yes.
On Samhain, we don't practice anything dark. I mean, there are people out there, just like, you know, there's bad witches, there's bad Catholics, there's bad Buddhists.
There's bad psychics,
Yes,
there's
in
bad
every
lawyers, there's bad dentists, there's bad doctors.
Exactly.
I mean,
you know, so if somebody wants to
bad
take
dogs,
that,
cats, I mean, it's,
you know, to a dark place and a dark side, that's going to be on their karma. You know, so we don't practice anything like that. To us, the day is of our ancestors. So what we do is, even on our altars, we'll put pictures of people who passed away to honor them, because it's a day of honoring the ancestors.
So what's really happening, what Halloween is really about, is about the other side coming through the veil.
Exactly.
To connect with us.
And every culture and religion has it. If you look at, they have the Day of the Dead, All Saints' Day, All Souls' Day. It's just an honoring of our ancestors.
Exactly.
So it has nothing to do with being dark or evil.
Right. And Wiccan or witches or all that, it's not, you know, broomstick, and there's nothing
We're
evil.
not satanic.
It's not satanic.
We're not satanic. I mean, we do
Totally
spells,
not.
but our spells are projections of positive.
Right.
Of positive.